If you are thinking about using AI in your business, or if someone has told you recently that there's this new shiny app you simply must be using, then this video is for you. You're going to love this video as I've got real, tried, proven and tested approaches for you. Right now, I've got businesses that I'm helping all across the world, from gifting businesses in Australia to will writing businesses in Spain. So I've learnt a thing or two about what is working and what doesn't. So grab a brew, strap yourself in and let's get started. So what do we need to be considering? Well, almost without question, the customers and clients that I have been working with, the smart business owners that are looking to scale and grow their businesses with the assistance of AI, not through AI totally, well, they're not really that interested in using ChatGPT in their web browser. They're not really interested in throwing little questions at Claude on the go. Are they doing that? Yes, absolutely. But they realise that to grow and scale a business, what they really need to be thinking about is building an AI engine within their business. What do I mean by that? Well, if you or your staff at the moment are just using ChatGPT in a browser, you really are missing a trick. I would have you consider the possibility that what you really need to be considering is using AI as an engine within your business. And what I mean by that is that the staff don't interact directly with ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, etc., except for those simple tasks. What they need to be doing is using tools that you've built bespoke for your business. One of my mentors says, only a fool builds their house on someone else's land. And if you integrate, for instance, ChatGPT and custom GPTs throughout your business, then you're handing over your business to OpenAI. You want to build IP within your own business. You want your own tools. And with tools like Replit and Lovable, it's become easier than ever to build these particular tools. So how do you know what to build? What should you be building within your business? Well, I think there's a lot of emotion comes into business, particularly when you're speaking to employees. Quite often you'll hear things like, I'm just too busy to look at new things. Here he goes again, the founder's off on a mission, he's off on one, messing up what I've done. And in most businesses, what's got you to where you are is not going to get you to the next level. So what you need to start thinking about is, what are the actual tasks within your business that are going to move the needle? I firmly believe that for sales, for marketing, for the very front end of your business, that should be a human-centric task. You should be keeping the human at the forefront of your business. The reason for that is that they're the best people. They can pivot, they know the business inside out. They're the ones that are really going to be building those relationships and building the rapport with your customers. So what do you need to do? Well, what you need to do is you need to do some time tracking. Get your staff and yourself, if you're a smaller business owner, do some time tracking. Get a piece of paper, break down your working day into 15-minute schedules and track your time. Staff will initially give you some resistance on that, but the beauty of it is that you find out what are those tasks that are absolutely essential, what are those tasks that are really moving the needle in the business, and which are the tasks that are sucking the time. So the obvious one is email. People always almost like to, it's like a badge of honour, isn't it? They want to slap their chest and say, I've dealt with 500 emails today, look at me, aren't I important? Well, I'd have you consider that most of those are probably just a quick delete or forward on. So there are tools out there now like Fixer.ai that you can just plug in. Google is building stuff within its own ecosystem at the moment that will really help your staff win back some time. So just as a quick recap, You want the AI as an engine working behind the scenes. You want your own IP, apps, systems and processes. What are the standard operating procedures in your business that can be rebuilt using AI to simplify tasks? You want to have your own in-house systems. You don't want your staff to be using ChatGPT. I hear all the time, or whenever I put a post out on LinkedIn or social media, AI fluff, AI nonsense, AI is crap. It's only rubbish if you are putting rubbish into it. If you're using the free version of ChatGPT, for instance, which 95% of people are, by the way, if you are using, which is hundreds and hundreds of millions of people, if you're using the free version of ChatGPT, then you're not going to get the best results. It hasn't really got the flexibility that you need to build it into your business. So that's one thing definitely to look at. The other thing is that people ask me what's best: ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, etc., etc. Well, don't get sucked into the bullet points of all this. They're all roughly the same anyway. It's about making sure that the systems you plug them into are bespoke to your business. So they're the things that are working right now. They're the things that are working at the minute for my customers. So what are my customers doing? Well, they're looking at things like voice agents, to win back time to answer the phone in their brand, in their voice. Voice agents don't get tired, they don't get upset, they don't split up with their boyfriend or their girlfriend, the dog hasn't died, they're not having a bad day, they just get on with it, which means that it frees up your humans to do their best work. So they're looking at voice agents. They're also looking at all those little pieces of software that they're spending maybe $5, $6, $7, $10, $15, $20 a month on. Can those pieces of software be rebuilt bespoke to their own business? So a lot of them are looking at that at the moment. So there's a few things there for you to think about and take away. I hope that little short video has been useful. So just as a recap, track your time, find out what those time sucks are within your business, and then decide what are you going to build. What are you going to build to help move the needle, to push your business forwards? Using AI in business is not about using ChatGPT in a browser to create social posts. Keep the humans at the front. If you want to find out more, if you would like to join our AI Flight Club, it's only £28 a month, something like that, so less than a cup of coffee and a cake, and that gives you access to a weekly Q&A with me, and it also gives you access to a monthly webinar which I do on the latest trends, the latest pieces of software. And we haven't spoken about the scenery. Just look at that, pretty stunning, hey?